Hey Tristan, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully, thank you.
Good. Welcome to Screamfest and congratulations on Rabid.
Thank you so much.
This is awesome. I'm a big fan of the Soska sisters. I want to ask, first off, what's it like working with them?
What would you like to know?
Is it how awesomely fun is it on the set? In between takes.
They run a really amazing set. There's a lot of love and a lot of respect on there. I've never seen a crew work harder for anybody than I have seen people work for them. So people don't generally do that if they don't have a lot of respect for the people they're working for.
I trust you. I trust you. So for my fans at home, what is your role? What is your character in this film?
Well, I actually play 3 roles in this film.
3 roles?
3 different roles, 3 different characters. One is fairly obvious. You might recognize it from the trailer. 2, well, 1 you'll know if you're familiar with my dance style, and then the 3rd is a bit of a surprise at the end, and we'll see if people can pick up on it.
All right. So did you get to watch the original first before you coming into this remake?
Absolutely. I'm a Cronenberg fan, so I was already familiar with the material, but I had reviewed it prior to starting filming on this, and I learned that it's very important not to eat dinner when you're watching a body horror film, especially something with graphic skin graft scenes, because, you know, it's just not a good time.
That is good advice. I have weak stomach too, so I totally get it. I totally get it. So what is it that you think, in your opinion, that the Soska sisters did to Cronenberg's creation that made this one, you know, like updated or upgraded?
I think they gave it a more contemporary twist. They treated a lot of the material with respect and added a lot of Cronenberg Easter eggs in. They kept a lot of things that were in the original in, but changed the tone a little bit and just kind of fleshed out the characters a little bit more. In the original, it just kind of like was a story and things happened, whereas the characters, you grow to know them a little bit more. So you're a little bit more invested in them when everything goes to shit.
Congratulations on Rabid.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, this is not your first foray with the Soska sisters, right?
This is probably my 6th movie with them that I've done music for their movies. But this is the first time I've seen something here. So I'm really excited.
So what is it about this collaboration that lasts this long?
They really trust me, and I really trust them. I know that whatever they do is going to be brilliant, and it's going to make my job really easy. And so they make really impactful, strong cinema, and I love scoring and composing. And we always hang out before we do any work, and we just get excited and motivated and inspired, and just we actually watch movies together all the time. So
Nice.
it just kind of translates to it, and they're just so talented.
I love them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And they're doing a music video for my band next week, and so the collaborations continue.
What is your advice for my fans who are aspiring composers out there? Should they also find another talent to befriend with, like the Soska sisters, like you?
Absolutely. If you can find people to just collaborate with, you're going to learn from each other. That's how you surround yourself with people who are talented and they elevate you to their level. It's just the way it works. But I also like, if I'm looking at a scene to make music for, what I do is I just think, what would be cool in the scene? That would be cool if, the dichotomy of a Rammstein type song versus maybe some French modeling music. Like, what would be more disturbing, or what would give depth to this scene and to these characters in this moment?
Hey Claude, congratulations on Rabid.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Screamfest. All right, so this is based on David Cronenberg's classic. So you are the composer. Like, did you take any influence from the original?
No, actually, I was told not to, and which is fine. I could have gone either way, but yeah, no. So.
And what kind of music are we gonna be hearing then?
What kind of music?
Yes, what blend?
Hopefully, good music. Yeah, it's a combination of traditional film scoring and also a lot of sound design. My first impulse was before I even wrote a single note of music. I started with what I thought would be dog barks. What are the opening scenes is dog barking, and so I experimented with changing pitches and doing all kinds of variations to the sound of a dog barking, and it kind of just grew from there. And I find that when I just start with a single idea, the score just starts expanding by itself. It kind of writes itself in a way.
Nice.
I know it's not unusual. A lot of composers will say the same things, but it's true. So you start with a single element, and in this case, it was the dog bark, and just by experimenting with the sound and all the permutations of of that sound. That's what I started creating the palette with that.
Troy, congratulations on Rabid.
Thank you so much. Good to be here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Welcome to Screamfest. That's right.
My first time at Screamfest. I can't wait.
Oh, how's it feel?
Feels good.
Now I want to ask, were you always a fan of horror genre yourself before this?
I was scared of it when I was young. I got traumatized by Candyman as a child.
Of course.
But now it's better now. Now I'm drawn to it.
You know they're making the reboot Candyman too.
I know. I can't wait to see that.
So I want to ask about this Rabid. What's your character? What's your role in this film?
I am the smoking man. It's an odd title. It's because I'm smoking in the film. But something terrible happens to me. And you see what happens. Once Rose begins her streak of devastation, unfortunately, I get caught up in the aftermath.
What's it like working with the Soska sisters? I love them to death.
I love them to death. They're so cool. I always heard that they were really cool, and I loved American Mary. And then I got to work with them, and it was like I was freaking out, and they were freaking out because we all just had so much respect and love for each other, and I can't believe I got to be a part of their film.
All right. Before I let you go, I want to ask this fun question. What's your Halloween costume this year?
Maybe something spider-related.
Spider?
Yeah, I want to crawl around, maybe freak some people out.
All right.
Boycott horror movie remakes.
Yeah.
Every single one.
So, I don't know if you remember this, but I interviewed you via phone for Vendetta, so I'm so glad to meet you in person. So thank you so much. You know, as a horror fan, that you guys keep making movies for us to keep coming back to this genre and sticking around.
Oh,
why? Because the Soska sisters keep making movies. That's why.
That's such a kind thing to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And this was a particularly hard shoot. So to hear that, I'm so grateful. We almost quit doing it because it was the most difficult film to make in our careers. But they do say suffering makes for beautiful art. And I think you'll see that very shortly.
Yeah, and it was awesome to return to body horror. I mean, since American Mary, we haven't really been allowed to do anything original. And when we got this opportunity, the producer says, we'll handle the money and you ladies will handle the creative. And they actually let us do that the whole time. So be prepared for a very weird movie.
Now, I want to ask, did you guys have conversation with David beforehand about this?
No.
So I know that he did approve of us, but
Okay.
And then afterwards, when we met him, he said the movie ended up where it should, but we haven't heard what he has to say about the film yet.
Not yet.
yeah, we never wanted to put pressure on him because I know he was mourning the passing of his late wife. And what I really wanted was this film to be a reminder of how much he's loved. So when he comes out of that darkness, the fans are just there, just pouring the love and recognition that he so rightly deserves to him.
Yeah, the film is such a David Cronenberg love fest. We have his crew, we have his cast. We were there asking everybody, like, how did David do it? And they actually told us. We had his transpo department, because you know how much David loves his cars and bikes. So we really went all out. I mean, he might give us a restraining order after this, which would be kind of almost a compliment.
Yeah, we do an homage to every Cronenberg film in this, and even his book, Consumed. There are a lot of Easter eggs from not only Cronenberg films, but even American Mary and several other horror films like Irreversible and In the Mouth of Madness. And of course, our favorite American Psycho.
And Spider-Man too, because I'm a huge Sam Raimi fan. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you're going to see it right away.
I love Sam Raimi's horror films too.
Oh, he's the best.
So
He's so
good.
A Spider-Man horror movie from him would be next level,
Oh
right?
my God, right?
God.
It would be Carnage. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I want to ask you this. Okay, so the original starred Marilyn Chambers, right?
Yeah.
So what is it about Laura that did you have her like first in mind from the beginning? Like what is the casting process there?
You know, it's wild because originally I wanted to do every decision exactly like David Cronenberg. So I was like, Sarah Gadon, because that's the actress he usually works with. And Laura actually approached us for another movie. And you know when ants leave their hive when they're hibernating?
Yeah.
So she was pitching a movie and she started getting attacked by ants.
Oh.
And while she was being attacked by ants, she kept pitching the movie, but she was so
Classy and demure, but determined and fierce.
And I couldn't stop watching her. And we had just gotten this script for Rabid. We had just rewritten it. And we're like, Laura, I know that this is for something totally different, but would you consider being in Rabid? We actually offered her the model best friend. And she read the script. She's like, oh no, I want to play Rose. And I was like, wow, because David originally wanted Sissy Spacek, but he ended up with Marilyn Chambers. But Laura
so?
but Laura Vandervoort is like a total mix of the two. And then there's so many times where we do the same thing from the original movie, and she emulates it so much it almost even looks like Marilyn's face. It's like it's very spooky how good she is in this movie.
Oh yeah, and Laura is very strong. She doesn't have any concerns about not looking pretty. When we said that we wanted her to be really scarred up, as the image was that banned us from Twitter for a little while, she was all for it. She was like, I want to be ugly, I want to suffer, I really want to go there. And you really feel her pain out on the film.
So last question, what's your advice for aspiring female filmmakers out there, especially in this horror genre?
May I cuss?
Sure.
Follow your stupid fucking dreams. Follow your stupid fucking dreams. The ones that you give up on and you think that are too big to dream. I mean, look at us. We are from like Dead Hooker in a Trunk to Dead Ringers. Our first film cost 2,500 Canadian dollars, and we used it to launch our career. You can do it. Don't give up on your dreams. I want the future to be like, do you guys even make films? Go do it, ladies.
And filmmaking is not an elitist sport. No matter what, you have a story in you. Everybody has a story, and then every human being is just made up of a bunch of stories. And the cool thing that you have that no studio has is you can say whatever the hell you want. They have to appease a bunch of people. So be brave, be brazen. You have the technology on your phones to make your own movie. Don't make excuses. Make your dreams happen today. And filmmaking necessarily won't make you happy. It's nice to be important, but it's way more important to be nice, to quote Gary Marshall.